Alright, hello people from around the world. It's morning here in Copenhagen. It's Monday and time for a Monday doodle. I was thinking right now I'm working on a huge commission, not a huge, but a commission, but it's a huge format. The commission, the illustration that I'm currently working on is for a banner which measures 2 meters in the height and 1 meter and 30 centimeters in width. I'm using Illustrator, which is a vector-based software to do the illustration in, which is a rather new thing to me actually. I have never been like a shark in drawing in Illustrator. I've always been a Photoshop kind of guy. So this was a really great opportunity for me to really delve into Illustrator and really learn vector illustration. I've learned a lot. And today, what I figured I want to show you guys is just taking a close at the illustration itself, show you guys a bit of the workflow, because I will be coloring in a character and I will be doing some details on this character, which you will see in a bit. And yeah, just talk a bit about the workflow and talk a bit about, what is this that Illustrator really is good at and what I really like about Illustrator. And just to make a point here, yes, so the whole illustration here came into being because, do you remember the workshop in Hirtshals that I was hosting? This was the workshop where kids did drawings where they combined two words with a maritime theme and also a theme around Hirtshals, the city in northern Denmark. And out of those drawings, we ended up with like hundreds of children's drawings, amazing drawings. And my job was to choose drawings out of these, like choose the best drawings, the ones that really told the story, and then combine them into a single work. And hello to Rita's Juicy Life, welcome. So this was the thing, combining these drawings into a work and kind of make a kind of connectedness between these works in a certain style. Let's take a look at where we are at now. And I want to say cheers to those of you who are maybe having a cup of coffee or tea. Let me just flip the screen here. Okay. So here we are. This is my computer. And this is Illustrator. And what you can see now, I won't be showing you the whole work because I'm going to make a video about the whole work, but you can just have a tour here, maybe just at the sea. So here we have the walrus about to send his mail. And down here, a little starfish. Here we have a crab chef, which I will be working on today and show you guys how I go about it. You can see I have been already doing some coloring and doing some line art here, but I need to do some finishing touches. Right above him, hovering this bird here. I can't remember the name in English. It's called an albatross in Danish. Here we have a whale bus stop. So these little guys here are waiting for the bus to arrive. Maybe also the whale is waiting. And the sharp viewer and the knower of literature might see where I got the inspiration of in terms of this whale. Here we have a scientist. And Rita's Juicy Life writes seagull. No, it's actually not a seagull. It's not a seagull. It's a bird that looks really evil in some photos. I can't remember the name of it. An Albatross in Danish. And the thing I heard about at Albatross at the workshop, a father told me that if this bird, the myth goes like, if this bird lands on your ship, it means bad luck. So I thought that was kind of funny to put it in here to kind of have the crab getting that notion of, oh, I don't want to have this bird landing on my ship, and also, oh, I don't want to be its dinner. But it has this really menacing, like this is really how the eye really much looks like in real life. And then, oh, that was a bit too much. Just at the sea, we go up here along the coastline, and we have a bottle. So this is the ocean currently. And the thing about Illustrator is that it's all vector based, which means essentially that you can scale things without them being distorted. In opposition, you have Photoshop, which works in pixels, and there it's much more difficult to scale things without getting a loss of details. So here we have my layer here, so you can just see, yeah, this is my chef here, and just beneath it you can see I have my sketch, which I created in Photoshop, and I just basically put it in here so I had kind of direction of where to go. But I was thinking that we could start working on the crab chef here. So let me just go in here. Where was I? Yeah, I think we're gonna do some coloring here. So we have layer here. The thing about Illustrator is really to name all your layers, for goodness sake. Name all your layers. So this layer here is called crab color. You can see the red dots here. Out here in the field here, these are all the red shapes. So I just want to color in, going down here. And up. And then we can basically color him in like that. And the same thing for his hat. I'll call it crab hat. You know what? I think we're gonna make that just white, like a chef's hat. So what I basically do here in terms of coloring, I put a silhouette of pure color behind the silhouette line here, behind the outline. And the other way around it is that you could block out a color in the shape itself. Like I could draw this chef's hat and then just say that it should be white. But then again, I think that this is the method that I found out to work best for me, even though it's quite tedious. Make it white. There we go. That was really good to get that white color in on the chef's hat. And what I also think he should have is a bit of black color on his claws here, because crabs have these black outlines, black tip, I'll call them, on the very tips of the claws. And another thing about the crab, which I have been very poignant about, is to make one of the claws bigger than the other. It's so funny that the crab has such a huge claw on one of the sides. Okay, so let's go in and make here. And I think here is a bit of an issue in terms of this outline here, because I now have both black on the tip and on the outline, so I'm just gonna make it go around here. So we have a sense that these two are not the same shape. And we're gonna make it black, please. Yeah, kind of works, It's just that the line here is a bit too sharp, so I'm just gonna go in here. And just want to make it twist a bit so it's not so sharp. We're gonna go make it like so. Yep. And then this one needs to go down to here. And the other tip, black tip, yeah. I'm gonna make it round like this. Follow the curve. We have the tip over here. What I also think about when I'm doing these drawings here is, for instance, here when I'm making I'm about to make this fill, this black color here. I don't want to put it here because then this would interfere with the line over here and then kind of confuse the eyes. This is kind of not bad design, but there's just a better solution of putting this outline down here instead, the shape here, so we don't get things mixed up. This makes it way easier for our eyes to visually understand the shape of it. It just looks much sharper than if this one would be up here. What about the eyes? What color should the eyes be? You know what, I can show you my palette. When I started working on this illustration here, I made a palette of these colors. So these were the colors, only colors that I would work in this illustration. And if you look at good illustrations, I think at least, then you'll notice that the really strong illustrations have very few colors actually. I would even go as far as to say the fewer the colors, the better. It just makes a strong design. I think his eyes could be yellow. Could they be yellow? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that would be nice, I think. Yeah, let's do yellow. Just eye drop that one. Go down. I'm sorry guys, I'm not showing you the land yet. The shore. That will be a bonus for you guys once the video is out. Call it crab eye. There's one eye. Looks really good yellow here against the red. I like that. Okay. What I might do later is actually separate these claws a bit to show some blue between them, because I'm not so happy about this actually. I think this looks better. I'll do that later on after the stream. Now I want to work on this little tiny cute house here, which is located on the ship, and we have this air intake here, or maybe it's for the smoke, obviously, or for the motor. So here's a chance for you guys to see how the line works. I have the ship here, yes. And still using pencil tool. And I start here. Good thing I have my sketch here. And I'm using these lines, which are soft at the corners, like there are no sharp corners. I think this gives a nice organic or not harsh feeling about it. No sharp lines. And also, as you can tell, I've been really playing around with perspective here. I think that's one of the funniest things in the world, really, to break the rules of perspective and play around with it. Like so. Let's just make things meet. And then we have the intake. I'm not really concerned about if things don't end up entirely straight, because that's what I like. I like when things are not entirely straight. And this is also kind of my, not a signature of my style, but it is like the way I like to draw. So obviously this will eventually become a kind of a trait of my style, that things are not straight. And I think this is what comes naturally to me. What I realized when I tried to discover which style, way my style was heading, is to be aware of what do you like to draw, how do you like to draw things, and just keep getting in touch with that. Feel how it feels in the stomach. And I quickly found out that straight lines and realism and getting things completely right, that was not the way for me. I like when things are quirky, so yeah, simple as that. Making things neat. That having said, I still like when things like are lined up. I want these lines to be exactly meeting, so there is also a kind of a perfectionism in it in some way. Whoops. This is the intake. And just a fun fact here, you can see that this is a very maritime illustration, and the ones who this illustration is for is a place where I used to work actually, and also a place that used to hire a ship once in a while, a ship which was then, we made art exhibitions on them based on illustration art for children. And then we sailed around in the country and opened up exhibitions, different places in the country, different little towns. And I was aboard on the ship a whole summer, in fact, like 2 or 3 weeks we were on board this ship. So I have been doing a bit of research, I can feel, for drawing ships. And also I have been working as an assistant to a boat builder. So that was kind of like getting paint off the boats and painting boats, and you know, when you what's it called in Danish, in English? Yeah, when you have a piece of wood and then you kind of take off the surface. Anyway, I have seen my share of boats. So this is why it was. These were kind of well, the boat builder job was really an odd job, but this is where it's kind of magical when I can use that experience from that odd job in drawing. There we go. I just wanted to have the window to have like the same kind of rectangular shape as the steering house, to kind of have an echo. I think that would be kind of nice. And I think that this little window should have some curtains. Wouldn't that be nice? Maybe like that and up, yeah. Like little small. Is that kind of curtain where you can kind of uh, wrap the curtain around these folders here. Like so. There we go. And if you guys out there, do you have any color suggestions to the curtains? That would be fun to hear, you guys. Because I think the steering house is going to be. What colors do we have here? We have the color green over here that could kind of match. I think I'll go with this green here for the steering house, but let me know what you guys think about the curtain. And what you can choose from are this palette here. So it could be purple, this beige, orange, pink or teal green, yellow. Let's see what you think. Anyway, let's do the color here. I'm gonna name it color steering house. And like so. Then we'll just eyedrop color there. And I can always change color if I think there's a different color that will be more suitable. Because right now I could be worried that this color is too much like the rocks just beneath the steering house here. As you can tell, I've really worked with placing different colors around here, and it's been a really fun challenge because sometimes I've had 2 or 3 characters with the same color in them, and then I had to kind of figure out, okay, either I have to rearrange the characters, or I have to switch out the colors for some of the characters, and that's been really a challenge in terms of also just getting the composition right and all that. That is the kind of art of using a very limited palette in such a huge illustration here. It was also fun. There we go, and as you can tell, this one has to be interesting. Check out where this is located. This is why I gotta have that color shape beneath the layer. And we need the roof. And Anthony W writes, orange goes well with green. Oh, you're right. You're right. It does. It does. You know what? Let's go ahead and make it straight away. Also because green is a contrast color to red and orange, so that's perfect choice. Gonna go in here and name this one curtain. And also we have a match with this thing down here. So I think this will look really nice. Yes. Looks beautiful. Bum bum bum. All right. It's just one tiny thing with the curtain down here, I think. Yeah, this one. See this small curve here? It should be in there. Yes. Keep it nice and clean. And let's just put in a color behind the... just call this one window. Because I have a window color somewhere. Okay, I'll give you guys a quick show of... I need a window color so I can just show you guys a bit of the shore here. Because this is what I'm really proud of. Look at this one. A bus. And this guy. Just gotta have that window color here, which is a sort of very light blue. Okay. Window. Perfect. Then I just spotted one more that needed this curved fixture here. There we go. Make it go behind that steering house. Yep. All right. We need the roof also here on the steering house. Of course we do. And then there's just the intake, and I think this is actually the same color as the window color. This is the color that I also use for metal. And speaking of colors, let's just call this intake or outtake, I don't know. It's been so much fun to also work creatively in colors because Right now I'm using the same color for the window as I'm using for metal, and it's been really fun to see how far can you stretch just a few colors, how many different objects can you use one color to match up. And so for instance, when I had to color in the walrus, I was like, should I make it gray or what? But no, it's way more fun to make it pink. It also adds really much, a lot of interest to the viewer, because like, this is something that really tickles the eye about seeing a pink walrus. Something just doesn't add up in our brains. And this is what a good illustration also does. It can make our minds go like, what is that? I just gotta take a second look on that thing. So here we have it. And I think I can now remove the sketch beneath him. Wow. It makes me so happy. And what I was thinking that I would like to do now is add some texture. This is what he needs now, because now he's all crisp and nice. Outlines there, colors there. What we need now is the thing that these rocks have over here, and this mailbox have, and the walrus texture. We need some texture, and we are going to add that now. Just gonna call it crab texture. And hello also to Anastasia. Hello Anastasia, nice to see you in here. Let's see. I think I will add, well, these are wooden planks on the ship here, but I think I'll just keep some texture of wood here on the planks for the floor in here, just to kind of keep it not too messy. So what I do, just gonna make a few here. Again, I'm making this pencil round in the corners. We could have one of these fellas. This is so much fun. This is so much fun. When making this commission, my eyes, well, I became really happy about Illustrator. I've always been kind of hating Illustrator a bit because I wasn't good at it. But now when I know a bit of tricks, I can finally start to enjoy it. Let's just see, I'm just gonna make maybe a few horizontal marks just to, vertical, just to have that notion of plane going upwards. Like that. Maybe there could be just around the window here. Just to show that the window has been attached here. Right now I'm freestyling. I don't know about if this is a good idea. We'll need to see it. I remember one of these jobs at the boat builder I had, where we had to kind of pull apart all elements of a ship because it was going to be chopped up and sold and chopped up. So we had to separate this whole boat piece by piece, wooden planks, metal parts, sorting all out, and it took like 2 days. This is where I really got to know a ship. I don't know about these nails around the window yet. I don't know Not sure. I'll just wait a bit with those. But certainly the intake here needs some texture. And up here it should just be having these lines here. This is really worn and rusty up here where the smoke comes out. Good night, Anthony. Sleep tight. Thanks for tuning in. So this one here, we're just gonna make that, fill that out. Like so. Perfect. And the final thing here could be Yes, I think we need to give this crab some texture also. And maybe even a few spots here and there. Just to give him that. Crabs have these spots on them. He really made me, this character made me really want to draw crabs again. I have been drawing a few crab shells, and it's just an amazing creature to draw. Like, I love drawing these. So many funny curves and beautiful texture, and this, just look at the claws. It's just a magical creature. Let's just add a few lines here. It's the art of not making too many lines, but still make enough lines to just kind of add that touch. For instance, I think this was it. I think that was it actually. Not many lines here. But maybe we need a double line down here. It always adds a nice effect when there's a double line. I think this one, instead of this one, we'll make a like this. 3 lines. Something happens when you have these lines close to one another and then another line kind of opposite of it, like angled. It adds a lot of life to it. You can also see here on the rocks, like what this does, really a lot of life. You get this almost like what Vincent van Gogh found out, like when he did his swirling strokes with his brush when he painted nature and when he painted the moon and so on. You have this swirling feeling full of movement and a lot of emotion. This one could be a bit more up there. And then let's just give him some dots. I think this will be the last thing for today before I have to finish this work actually. I have to finish this work for today or tomorrow. And at some point I will of course make a video about this work where I go more into depth with process and how I work with the children's drawing, because that was a lot of the work, and also how I worked with style. That was also like, I want to say half the job actually, to figure out, okay, what style should it be. And I was happy once I found out, because then it's from there you can really get to work. Let's start drawing the characters. Let's try to make a dot here. Huh. It's funny why it doesn't. Align itself. Color dots, here we go. Color spots. Let's just see. Why is this so weird? Ah, that was why it wasn't rounded. It wasn't rounded, that's the thing. That's the thing, we gotta round things. That one. Yeah, much better, much better. Color spots. Maybe give him a couple here on the shield. Yes, and maybe on the back here. Just two on the back, and maybe one here that the rest behind him you can't see. And maybe one here and here. Looks almost like a parrot now. And one down here. The art of sprinkling, it's almost like spice. Spices are really good to add to your food, but you can add too much, like this one up here. Or what? Well, I think we will leave it there. It's funny how this kind of mustard yellow or olive green almost looks like a very sharp green in contrast to the red here. Just want to add tiny wee of texture. Here we have it, crab texture. Just a bit of texture on the chef's hat here. There we go. And there we go. Okay, that was the crab. Thank you so much, guys, for tuning in. I hope that you found this kind of fun and interesting to see the workflow in Illustrator, how vector design works. It's a joy to make. I'm looking forward to do the rest and show you guys the whole banner. It's a huge banner, it's a huge drawing, and show you guys what's going on the land side of things and in the air also. So yeah, I wish you all a splendid day, and I'll see you soon, and have fun drawing. Cheers.